Jewish prophecy. Is it being fulfilled? Special Torah scroll has been written for the Messiah, and it is completed. Rabbi Joseph Berger, one of the rabbis in charge of King David's tomb in Jerusalem's Old City, took an enormous step toward making his year-long dream a reality. His dream was to write a Torah scroll to present to the Messiah upon his arrival. Since David's tomb, the burial place of the Messiah's ancestor, is located on Mount Zion, Rabbi Berger is uniquely positioned to personally present the Torah to the Messiah. The rabbi believes that by writing a Torah scroll, which includes all of Israel, and keeping that scroll on Mount Zion, it will fulfill the requirements to usher in the Messiah. Rabbi Berger explained to Israeli Breaking News how he learned this from Yalkut Shimoni, a collection of teachings believed to have been arranged in the 13th century. He quoted the text. Rabbi Shimon ben Mosiah said, "No signs of redemption will be shown to Israel until they seek these three things: the kingdom of heaven, the dynasty of King David, and the building of the temple." Writing a scroll housed on Mount Zion, where King David is interred, and adjacent to the Temple Mount, will accomplish all three goals in one action, the rabbi explained. In December of 2015, the first letters of the scroll were inscribed. At that time, the rabbis in charge of writing the scrolls, who organized the project, they were instructed urgently to write Sefer Torah as fast as possible. You don't have much time. I hope you have a chance to finish. It appears that Rabbi Berger finished this stage of the project in time. Nova KIC 983-2227. Will it herald the Messiah? We can see here is where it's supposed to be located in this constellation right here. It has like a cross-like, symbol in the sky, and this is what it would look like. A pair of stars in the constellation of Cygnus will crash into each other approximately in 2022, and the event will be visible to the naked eye. And they also say that when that happens, you'll see like a reddish glow, like a red nova would occur. Let's read a little bit more. It's a contact binary star system in the constellation of Cygnus, located about 1940 plus light years away. It's identified as an eclipsing binary at an orbitable period of almost 11 hours. And in 2017, the system was predicted to result in a merger in 2022.2, 0.06 years, producing a luminous red nova reaching an apparent magnitude of 2, about the brightness of Polaris, the North Star. And it will be visible with the naked eye roughly for a month. And the merger, it's like the merger of two stellar cores, was predicted to give birth to a new, hotter, more massive main sequence. However, a reanalysis of the data in September 2018 revealed that the prediction had been based on a wrongly timed observation, negating the predicted merger. The period of the variations has been observed to be growing shorter since 2013, leading to the prediction of the merger in 2022. In September of 2018, it was announced that the original prediction was based on a timing offset of 12 hours in one of the data sets. This shows that the period had actually been increasing up to about 2008. The cause for the period variation is still unknown, but it is unlikely that the system will end in a merger at the predicted time. This is what I think. They had this out all over the news. They did videos on it, and you know what happened? All the videos are gone. Yeah, they took all the videos down after the rabbis and the scientists and stuff said they have got this thing predicted. That's what they said. They got it predicted. So this would be what you see here, like 2022.2 in this year. And, you know, when they say red supernova, you know, we see something like that with the sun. We really do. And I'm thinking, you know, why is this red round circle on the sun? So, yeah, they say when they see it, it will herald the long-awaited Messiah. And see, a nova will light up our night skies in 2022. They say it's a dull star in the constellation of Cygnus and is about to blow. And according to prophecy, Donald Trump is thought to be the harbinger of doom. Thanks, Trump. They say, you can read it right here, that he's going to pave the way for the building of the third temple. Will he? I don't know. They've even got his name in Hebrew and in gematria, numerology, from the house of David. But he's not righteous enough or knowledgeable in the Bible to actually be the Messiah. His connection to the Messiah is that he will play a role in one of the major functions of the Messiah, and he will pave the way for the building of the third temple. Pave. Trump will not personally merit building the temple like Cyrus. He will pave the way for men who will begin the construction, and when the time is right, guess what happens? The third temple will descend from heaven, according to Rabbi Berger. I want to read an article from time.com concerning the arrival of the Messiah. And the medieval great sage Rashi from the Babylonian Talmud insists that the temple, the third temple, must descend directly from heaven when the Messiah comes. The Temple Institute constructed 38 of the ritual implements that will be required when the temple sacrifices are restored. They're talking about restoring temple sacrifices when the third temple is built and or descends from heaven. In addition to such items, such as trumpets, lyres, lots, the Institute is preparing vestments for the priests in waiting. According to the scriptures, the clothing must be painstakingly made with flax spun by hand into 6-strand threads. Also, another difficulty is the requirement, as in Numbers chapter 19, verse 1 through 10, the priests must purify their bodies with cremated ashes of an unblemished red heifer before they enter the temple. Following a go-ahead from the chief Rabbinite Institute operate, spent 2 weeks in August scouting Europe for heifer embryos that will shortly be implanted into the cows at an Israeli cattle ranch. The Jewish people have made great changes in the world throughout the years since they became a nation. And they hold great power. They wield great power. You can see we have the 7 Noahide laws that were brought up in the United Nations for a more peaceful, moral world. And these are some pictures of the former presidents signing the National Education Day, in which the Noahide Noahide laws were proclaimed and I think put into law. It was around 1947 and 1948 when Israel became a nation. It was also the time of the Roswell incident and the Groom Lake incident and the finding of the Dead Sea Scrolls. So there's a lot of history that has come out and a lot of change that has been made in this world, and we're going to see more change. We are. I just want to show some small clip of Jerusalem from a virtual touring site. We are taking a virtual tour of Jerusalem Mount. Let's read this down here. I'm going to read this down here. Jerusalem, like its old enemy Rome, is a city built on 7 hills. And the most impressive of these, commanding the impressive view of the old city, which gave it its name, is Mount Scopus. The mountain called Har HaTosfen, Mountain of the Watchers, in Hebrew, derives its Latin name from its use as a vantage point for the Roman army during its suppression of the Jewish Great Revolt, from which Titus' legions planned their final attack on the city in 70 CE. So Jerusalem sits on 7 hills. So I'm going to bring this video to a close. There's a lot more I could say and speak about, but I'm not going to. I'm not. Not right now, I'm not. But it's really interesting, all the prophecies that are out there, and we know that there is talk of the Messiah returning. There is to be a second coming. And it's going to be really interesting how everything plays out. It really is. I encourage all of you to hold steady, keep the faith, put on the full armor of God, and never give up. Don't ever give up, you all. Don't ever give up. And with that being said, hello, wherever you are, in any part of the world. Hello, from my heart to yours. Love you.